I just grabbed it out of one really far. Thank you.
People around the world are sharing some of the most terrifying encounters with beings that seem too strange to be real. From creatures that look like frogs to beings straight out of mythology. These encounters will leave you shaken, so watch carefully. On the 25th of December, in Florina, Greece, a man returned home after shopping for Christmas Eve when he noticed something disturbing outside his house. A strange creature dressed in ragged clothes was peeking inside through a window. It had a bald head, a pale face, and dark, empty eyes. The situation quickly escalated when the creature realized it was being filmed. It suddenly began running toward the man, who was still sitting in his car. The video ended abruptly, leaving viewers wondering what happened next. To this day, no one knows who or what the creature was. Some believe it could have been a Kalakantsaros, a mythical being from Greek folklore said to appear during Christmas to spread chaos.
Level up your game night. Get paid to play games. Go to TesterUp and choose a game to play.
Strange Turtle Man. There had been several reports of a strange creature seen in the Ishikari River in Japan. Witnesses claimed it was often spotted perched on a weathered log, quietly waiting for prey. The creature had a human-like head with tangled hair and a large nose, along with human-shaped arms and legs. However, what set it apart were its webbed hands and feet, and a hard, turtle-like shell on its back. Around the same time, nearby villagers reported missing livestock. The mystery deepened until the creature was finally captured on camera. Experts later identified it as a kappa, a mythical being from Japanese folklore believed to live in rivers and lakes. Rake. On the 23rd of August, 2021, a strange CCTV clip created a lot of buzz online. The footage showed a bizarre creature moving in an unnatural way, spreading its arms and legs while walking in a hunched posture. Its movements looked erratic and unsettling, leaving viewers disturbed. Some people believe the figure resembled the Rake. Others argued that the video was intentionally recorded to gain views. Goatsucker. A farmer installed a CCTV camera in his sheep pen after finding one of his sheep unresponsive one morning. Hoping to discover the cause, he reviewed the footage and was left stunned. A strange creature with glowing eyes was lurking near the pen, attempting to get inside. It failed only because the farm dog stood its ground, barking nonstop and refusing to let it pass. The creature did not resemble any known animal, and after a few moments, it disappeared into the darkness. To this day, the farmer has no explanation for what visited his farm. What do you think it was? Let me know in the comments. House Elves. A family had been hearing strange noises inside their house for the last 4 nights. Furniture was found moved and objects were scattered. They installed a CCTV camera inside the house. What the footage captured was shocking. A strange creature appeared from behind the couch, and a similar creature also emerged from nowhere. Both figures walked on 2 legs like humans, but their faces were not human. They had glowing eyes and pointy ears, giving them an elf-like appearance. When the family searched the house afterward, they found nothing. Shape-shifting creature. This CCTV footage quickly gained attention after capturing a bizarre creature on a quiet street at night. The figure appeared to have large wings, a rat-like face, oversized ears, and glowing eyes. But moments later, something even more disturbing happened. The creature transformed into an unknown form, dropping to all 4s. Its body looked disfigured. It appeared to have no head at all. Within seconds, it leapt over a nearby wall and vanished. Viewers online were left divided. Some believed it was a paranormal encounter, while others claimed the footage was nothing more than artificial intelligence. Goblin. One night, A man was heading out to water his fields when he encountered something terrifying. Standing in his path was a small creature with long, pointy ears, large eyes, and olive green skin. Its glowing eyes made the sight even more frightening. The creature suddenly looked at the man and leapt toward him, as if warning him to stay away. It looked partly human, yet it was far too small and oddly shaped to be one. Later, the man showed the video to his grandfather, who identified the creature as a goblin. But what do you think it really was? Mysterious, unknown creature. One day in Bangalore, India, a man reviewed the CCTV footage from the previous night, and what he saw left him shocked. A tiny, strange creature appeared near the entrance. It had large ears, glowing eyes, and a small human-like body. The creature seemed to struggle as if it were trying to enter the house. After watching the footage, the man became convinced that this mysterious being was responsible for his loss, but he could not understand what exactly it was. Mysterious forest creatures. A man was hunting deep in the Amazon forest when he noticed a group of strange creatures. At first, he assumed they were monkeys, but when he zoomed in with his camera, he realized they were something else entirely. The beings had hairy bodies, pointed ears, dark eyes, and stood upright on two legs. Their movements looked intelligent, almost human. The hunter wondered if they could be the result of a genetic mutation or something far more mysterious. Not wanting to disturb them, he quietly backed away and changed his direction. Bizarre river creature.
If you're like me and are between 50 and 80 and live in England, this could just make your day. Did you know English residents can be approved up to...
Bizarre river creature. While fishing in the Congo River in Africa, a fisherman captured something truly unsettling. At first, it appeared to be a man sitting quietly in the pail, looking down. But when the fisherman disturbed it, the creature suddenly became aggressive and revealed human-like teeth. Two thin tentacles hung from its chin, and its body looked more like a fish than a human. The fisherman believed it could be a mermaid, but mermaids usually don't look like this, so what it was still remains a mystery. Duende.
No sé, qué miedo. Mira cómo nos mira. ¿Nos vio?
A couple was visiting Lake Anol in Spain when they encountered something they would never forget. Near the water's edge, a strange creature was sitting holding a fish in its hands. It had unusually large ears, a weathered and rough-looking body, oversized feet with sharp nails, and a long tail trailing behind it. As soon as the creature realized it was being filmed, it suddenly leapt back into the water and disappeared beneath the surface. The couple stood frozen, unsure of what they had just witnessed. Maybe Duende, a mythical being from folklore.
¡Se tiró! ¿Lo ves?
Mutated creature. Recently, a man was skating near Lake Louise in Alberta, Canada, when his heart nearly stopped after spotting something terrifying. A strange creature was climbing an icy wall. It resembled a massive crocodile with thick scales and powerful claws. Its mouth opened far wider than expected, and its limbs were strangely covered with fur, similar to a snow bear. Shocked, the man recorded the scene and shared it online. Some viewers speculated it could be a genetic mutation, while others dismissed the footage as a hoax, and the truth remains unclear. Secret cult. This leaked footage was shared by a man who claimed he was once invited to a secret cult gathering. What he witnessed there left him completely shaken. In the video, a demonic-looking figure can be seen changing its form, as if it was not human at all, but something far more monstrous. It had a muscular body, a long tail, 4 arms, and a thin, unnatural tongue that stretched down to the ground. Even more disturbing, the people gathered there were seen worshipping the creature. Terrified by what he witnessed, the man fled the place and swore never to attend such gatherings again. Demonic creature. One
If I
dark
saw that,
night,
I would
a
not be
man's
stood
pet
there
dog ran into the
worshipping it,
nearby
right? I'd be
woods,
running away.
and worried, he followed it. What he witnessed there was terrifying. A group of people gathered in a circle. At the center was a woman behaving erratically, as if she were possessed. But what made the scene truly horrifying was the figure standing behind her. A tall creature with horns on its head, its flesh and ribs clearly visible. The sight felt like a dark ritual or satanic cult. Realizing the danger, the man quietly backed away, as he did not want any trouble. Mysterious humanoid. Two hunters were searching for bears in Alaska when they came across a strange creature sitting at the entrance of its burrow. They were stunned, as they had never seen anything like it before. The creature had a dog-like snout, brown eyes, and long, pointed ears. What made it truly unsettling was its human-like body, with arms and legs. Later, when the hunters reached a nearby village, they asked the locals about it. The villagers claimed it could be a cynocephaly, a mythical humanoid said to have the head of a dog. Frogman. People in Puebla, Mexico were left stunned after spotting a strange creature perched on rooftops and jumping from one building to another. The creature had olive green skin, round ears, and a flat nose. Its body looked human, but it had long arms, webbed feet, and a face that didn't resemble any known person. Witnesses began calling it the Frogman because it made ribbit-like croaking sounds. Authorities were eventually called and took the creature away for examination. After that night, no official information was ever released, leaving the incident wrapped in mystery. Sea serpent.
Weird.
A man was wandering near Silkeborg Lake in Denmark when he witnessed something truly unsettling. Without warning, a strange creature rose from the surface of the water. Only its head was visible, a long snake-like neck, while the rest of its body remained hidden beneath the lake. The creature lingered for just a few seconds and then slowly sank back into the dark depths of the lake. Shocked by what he had witnessed, the man later shared his story with locals. Some believe the creature could be Jormungandr, the legendary sea serpent from Norse mythology and the son of Loki, said to dwell in deep waters and reveal itself only to the unlucky few. Werewolf. Werewolf. A man was returning home late at night in Kampung Naga, Indonesia, when he came across something that stopped him in his tracks. Lying motionless on the roadside was a strange creature that looked both human and animal. It had a wolf-like face with long, sharp teeth, pointed ears, and a body covered in thick brown hair. Yet its arms, legs, and overall shape looked disturbingly human. Fear rushed through the man's mind. Could it be a werewolf? A creature spoken of only in myths? If so, what or who had left it in such a state? The man hurried home, unable to stop thinking about the dangers that might be lurking in the nearby forest. Strange sea slug. A scuba diver was exploring the Pacific Ocean near North America when he spotted a strange, jelly-like creature floating through the water. It glowed in shades of orange and blue and had 4 small tentacles near its mouth. The diver was stunned, as he had never seen anything like it before. Curious, he later showed the footage to an experienced fellow diver. He told him that the creature was an opalescent nudibranch, a rare sea slug. The bright orange appendages on its back help with respiration and also contain stinging cells, which it uses to defend itself from predators. Strange beetles. A couple was hiking in Zermatt, Switzerland, when they were stunned by a group of tiny creatures crawling on the ground. They moved on 8 black legs, and their wings looked like flower petals. As the man brought the camera closer, one of the creatures opened its wings, revealing bright yellow, purple, and green colors, just like a blooming flower. At first, the sight felt unreal and unsettling. Later, after searching online, the man discovered they were rare flower beetles. Mysterious water creature. A man went fishing in the Atrai River in West Bengal when he captured something truly strange on camera. From the water emerged a creature with a long snout, dark green skin, and small, hard horns along its head. It surfaced briefly, snatched one of his fish, and then vanished back into the depths. The man was an experienced fisherman, yet he claimed he had never seen anything like it before. Whether it was a hidden river monster or an unidentified aquatic creature remains a mystery. Strange sea creature. On the 8th of November 2019, a group of friends was enjoying the sea view while boating near Phi Phi Island, Thailand, when something unusual surfaced beside them. A strange sea creature, resembling a fish, but unlike anything they had seen before. It had a massive sail-like dorsal fin, a long spear-shaped bill, and a dark body marked with glowing blue vertical lines. Shocked, they quickly began filming. Later, they asked the boat driver, who identified the creature as a shaped strange sea creature, resembling a fish, but unlike anything they had seen before. It had a massive sail-like dorsal fin, a long spear-shaped bill, and a dark body marked with glowing blue vertical lines. Shocked, they quickly began filming. Later, they asked the boat driver, who identified the creature as a sailfish, a species famous for its incredible speed and striking appearance. Chupacabra. On the 17th of December, 2023, a man returned home after a long day of work in Waco, Texas, when he noticed a strange creature standing in his front yard. It had pointy ears, a skinny body, and gray skin, and it was barely moving on the ground. The creature didn't look like any known animal. Some believe it may have been a chupacabra, while others think it was just a hairless dog. What it truly was remains a mystery. Strange, slender creatures. A man living in Atlanta, Georgia, woke up early one morning to get ready for work, but what he discovered in his bathroom left him terrified. A strange creature was crawling across the floor mat. It was green, long, and slender, with countless tiny legs rippling along its body. A thick, slimy fluid seeped out from it as it moved. When he entered the washroom, he noticed something even more disturbing. A snake-like creature floating inside the sink. Its body was covered with strange green algae. Confused, the man recorded the scene and sent it to a friend who was a zoologist. He identified the first creature as a king ragworm, and the second was a puff-faced water snake, both species commonly found in Thailand and known to enter homes through drainage pipes. Legged snake. Just a month ago in Cairo, Egypt, a man encountered something truly unsettling inside his home. Late at night, he noticed a strange creature slithering across the floor. At first glance, it looked like a black, snake-like body, long and slender. But what made it deeply disturbing were the tiny feet emerging near its head and along its abdomen. Something no ordinary snake should have. Terrified, he called his father to show him the creature, and his father claimed the creature resembled Neheb Kau, an ancient snake deity from Egyptian mythology. Humanoid water creature.
Alright, let's see what these are like. Nice packaging. Oh, they come out easily. Wow.
The fully automatic intelligent fit allows for wear.
Humanoid water creature. In Tongli, China, a man went out early one morning to fish when he noticed something unsettling floating in the water among tangled tree roots. At first glance, the creature's face looked eerily human, almost woman-like, with visible eyes and strands of hair, but its skin was unusually pale. Shocked by the sight, the man wondered why such a figure would be trapped there. For a brief moment, he believed he was looking at a mermaid. However, when he stepped closer for a better look, the mysterious figure suddenly slipped beneath the surface and vanished. Dogman. In Bergen, Norway, a man was traveling home late at night when he noticed something disturbing. A strange, hairy creature was moving on two legs, walking upright like a human. Shocked, he quickly tried to record it on his phone, but before he could capture it clearly, the creature did something unbelievable. It shifted its form. Within seconds, it dropped to all fours and transformed into a massive, dog-like beast. The creature then sprinted toward the nearby forest and vanished into the trees. When the video was later shared online, viewers were left divided. Many claimed the creature could be a dogman, a legendary humanoid canine said to roam remote forests and appear only when least expected.
That is AI.
Mysterious creature. A man living in Fresno, California, reviewed CCTV footage after his pet dog went missing overnight. What he discovered left him stunned. In the video, a shadowy figure slowly emerged from the darkness of his backyard. The creature appeared tall and unnatural, with long horns rising from its head. It briefly stopped to drink water from the swimming pool before silently fading back. Unable to identify the figure, the man began to fear that this unknown entity may have been responsible for his pet's disappearance. Bizarre-looking moth. One sunny Sunday, a man in Ontario, Canada, was about to drive his family to a nearby park when something unusual caught his eye inside the car. Moving slowly across the seat was a strange creature, gliding like a slug. It clung to the surface with its abdomen, creating wave-like movements as it crawled forward. The creature was brown in color and had several tentacle-like appendages along its body. Confused, the man later searched online using Google Lens and identified it as a hag moth slug, a rare but harmless insect larva known for its unusual appearance. Transparent sea creature. A man was boating in the Pacific Ocean when he noticed a strange creature floating on the surface of the water. It appeared completely transparent, drifting silently with the waves. Curious, he gently poked it with his oar, but the creature showed no clear reaction, leaving him confused about what it was. Unable to identify it, he recorded a video and shared it on Twitter, asking for answers. One viewer explained that it was likely a salp, a sea invertebrate that moves by contracting its body to pump water through itself. Strange floating disc. A group of fishermen was out in the Arctic Ocean when something bizarre appeared out of the water. Floating slowly beside their boat was a massive, silver-gray creature shaped like a giant disc. At first, they thought it might be a sea turtle, but turtles are nowhere near that large, especially in Arctic waters. Was it an unidentified sea species, or something far more mysterious? You decide. Mysterious hovering fluid. Just a year ago, a man captured footage of a strange creature that appeared in Miami, California, leaving him deeply shaken. The entity looked like a black, fluid-like mass hovering in midair. Thin, thread-like tentacles extended from its body, making it appear as if liquid itself was floating through the air. The man claimed he had never seen anything like it before. Confused, he shared the video online, where viewers dismissed it as a hoax. Bizarre creature. A man was startled late at night by strange barking sounds coming from his sheep pen. When he rushed outside, he discovered that one sheep was missing and the pen door was open. He checked the CCTV footage, and what he saw terrified him. An aggressive creature was barking back at his dog. Its head and feet appeared stuck inside the wooden door, and its eyes were glowing in the darkness. Somehow, the creature freed itself and fled into the nearby forest. Authorities later searched the area, but nothing unusual was ever found. Sea squid. A man drilled a hole into the frozen Upper Red Lake in Minnesota, USA, hoping to fish. Suddenly, strange creatures began rising from the icy water. Their bodies were bloated and jelly-like. They had 8 arms and 2 long tentacles, moving in an aggressive manner. The man couldn't understand how such creatures appeared beneath the frozen lake. Out of curiosity, he searched online and discovered they were squids, mysterious sea creatures with 3 hearts and blue fluid flowing through their veins. Hyrax. A farmer living in Tarata, Bolivia, grew frustrated after a strange creature kept destroying his carrot field and hiding inside a burrow. He dug into the burrow and was shocked by what he found. Inside was a rabbit-like creature with brown fur, a black snout, long whiskers, and dark eyes. What made it unsettling was the strange sounds it produced, unlike those of a normal rabbit. The farmer captured the animal and handed it over to the wildlife department, which claimed that it was a hyrax, a rarely seen animal in the area. Mermaid washed ashore.
The Antwerp won best-selling upgraded silicone dentures. No dentist required. Tested by over 1,000 people, they fit 99% of...
Mermaid washed ashore.
Oh my god. What is that? Hey guys.
One morning, a man was walking along Pfeiffer Beach in California, USA, when he came across a disturbing creature washed ashore. Lying on the sand was a strange, torn creature, clearly weathered by the ocean. It had messy hair, yellowish skin, and a lower body covered in scales that ended in a long tail. Its upper body looked eerily human, with arms and sharp nails. Shocked, the man believed it resembled a mermaid. He immediately informed the authorities, who took the creature away. To this day, no official statement has ever been released about what it truly was.
Me and my sister believe in
The
that
smell,
too.
it's
The
like-
mermaids do exist. They just hide from us.
Mysterious owl-like creature.
Dime si no eres una bruja. No.
2 friends were exploring an abandoned house in Penang, Malaysia, when they noticed a strange creature sitting silently in a corner. It had an owl-like appearance, with large black eyes, wings, and sharp claws. What made the encounter even more unsettling was that the creature seemed to understand what they were saying, nodding its head in response to their voices. The friends recorded a video and shared it on Facebook. While many viewers dismissed it as an old, deformed owl, others believe it was something far more mysterious.
No eres una bruja.
Mothman.
Mames, eso está bien cabrón.
On the 29th of March, 2025, a couple was driving home late at night through Henley in Arden, England, when they noticed something horrifying in front of the car. A large bat-like creature was crouched on the ground, appearing to devour something. Its body was dark, massive, and deeply unsettling. As they cautiously zoomed in with their camera, the shape became clearer and far more disturbing. The creature resembled Mothman, a legendary entity said to appear in darkness and lure people, as it was doing that night. Horned Man. A couple of weeks ago, an old and unsettling video resurfaced online and quickly grabbed attention. The footage shows a strange man performing on the stage, but what truly disturbed viewers were the large horns on his head. Even more bizarre, his hands and horns appeared to change shape, almost as if they were moving and waving along with his body. Some viewers believe the performer could be linked to a mythological creature, while others are convinced the clip is either AI generated or taken from a movie. Peculiar Moth.
That's freaky. It's a skull.
On a sunny day at Kew Gardens in England, a man experienced something strange. A mysterious creature suddenly flew toward him and gently landed on his hand. At first glance, he was startled by its appearance. The insect had black and brown wings with a chilling skull-like marking on its back, large dark eyes, and a soft, velvety texture. Out of curiosity, the insect had black. A mysterious creature suddenly flew toward him and gently landed on his hand. At first glance, he was startled by its appearance. The insect had black and brown wings with a chilling skull-like marking on its back, large dark eyes, and a soft, velvety texture. Out of curiosity, the man later researched it and came to know that the creature was a death's head hawk moth, a rare moth known for its eerie markings and unusual behavior.
Yes, it's real. And yes, it's alive.
Skinwalker sighting. This strange CCTV footage went viral online just a year ago after being shared by an anonymous user on Twitter. It quickly gained massive attention for what it appeared to show. In the video, a dog-like creature suddenly leaps out from a wall. Within seconds, it transformed into the shadowy shape of a man, sprinting away and leaving behind a trail of smoke. The transformation happened so fast that it left viewers stunned. Many online believe the footage could be evidence of a skinwalker, an entity said to change form. Terrifying leaper. In Choloma, Honduras, a man went to his livestock farm early in the morning to collect eggs. What he saw left him shocked. A strange creature was sitting on the ground, drinking water, and slowly moving toward one of his hens. Its appearance did not match any known animal or human. Sharp horns rose from its head, and a jagged ridge ran down its back, giving it a terrifying, monster-like look. When the creature noticed the man, it suddenly leaped toward him, then jumped over a wall and vanished. Authorities later suggested it might be a mysterious leaper, but no trace was ever found. Now it's time for today's most terrifying subscribers' pick of the day. Recently, a strange incident was reported in the rural area of Conca, Mexico, where villagers claimed they were losing livestock to a terrifying creature from the nearby forest. Fearing for their safety, they called a group of cowboys to track it down. After hours of searching, they managed to corner the creature. It was part human and part bird, with sharp, bird-like claws used to grab prey, a hairy body, and a distorted, unsettling face. Just as they tried
Attention any woman struggling with pee leaks, UTIs, and an uncontrollable bladder.
Strange things keep getting caught on camera, which makes them so difficult to explain. Inanimate objects moving on their own, bizarre sightings, and places with creepy secrets. What you're about to experience are some of the most unusual things ever filmed. Late at night, just before entering her home, a woman in Fairfax, Virginia looked up and stopped. Hanging in the dark sky was a strange formation made of light and shadow. Three straight lines stretched across the sky, with the center line wider than the others. From the ground, it looked like a floating pathway suspended above the neighborhood. The shape stayed visible long enough to be recorded, yet no clear source could be seen. With no clouds or aircraft nearby, the footage showed something out of place, hovering quietly above a normal shape stayed visible long enough to be recorded, yet no clear source could be seen. With no clouds or aircraft nearby, the footage showed something out of place, hovering quietly above a normal residential street. Otherworldly orb. A quiet office building's security camera captured something that looked impossible. Near the floor, a glowing orb appeared, bright, round, and pulsing, as if it had its own rhythm. It hovered silently, almost watching the room. Then, without warning, it slid out of frame and vanished, only to return seconds later from another angle, like it had learned the space. It looked unreal, which was exactly how people have described these orbs. That they aren't normal, like they're from another dimension altogether. If you look at its boundary, it looks like that part isn't part of the same atmosphere as the house. Street loop. On a relatively normal street in Vietnam, something felt off almost immediately. The lights along the road flickered repeatedly, not like a power issue, but in a steady, unnatural pattern. The person filming stayed in place as the scene repeated itself, giving the impression that the moment was stuck on a loop. Nothing else moved the way it should have. The footage created a growing sense that time wasn't flowing normally, turning an ordinary street into something unsettling and deeply wrong. Sudden appearance. A security camera recorded a man walking calmly along a road, unaware of anything unusual. Then, without warning, a girl appeared from beneath the surface of the street, rising upward in a sudden, unnatural motion. The man reacted instantly as the figure emerged beside him. The moment happened too fast to explain easily, leaving viewers divided between editing tricks and the idea that the camera captured something it wasn't meant to see. Terrifying invisible force. No one has been able to explain this bone-chilling footage. A couple was getting off the bike when suddenly something pulled the woman down. She tried to resist it, but an invisible force kept pulling her with unnatural strength. Even as the guy tried to drag his girlfriend back, he couldn't free her from the invisible entity's grasp. So he held onto her tightly, but despite all his efforts, the entity dragged her away. Bizarre California incident. This bizarre incident happened on the 22nd of May, 2025 in San Diego, California. People rushed out of their homes when they heard a huge booming sound. Everything was a mess. A car was inside a house like it had fallen from the sky. Broken glass, fallen trees, and metal pieces were scattered everywhere. People called 911, and the news reporters also gathered there, unaware of what had happened. Even with people recording videos and what appears to be news channels, no information regarding this incident has come out even now. So what do you think about it? Unexplainable video. The two women in the video were caught hanging upside down from the ceiling. But there's more to this video that some people missed. The most confusing part was that despite being upside down, their dresses didn't fall downwards as they naturally should have. The uploader mentioned in the description that they are sisters who like summoning demons and jinns. And one day, they asked their brother to record them. After the video went viral on social media, viewers were a bit confused because it messed with people's perception. What do you think is truly going on here? Comment below.
This shampoo will make your hair grow back even in places where there was no hair before. Just be careful not to use it too often.
Frozen helicopter. Stopped at a red light on a clear afternoon, a man looked up and noticed something that didn't make sense. A helicopter hovered directly above his car, but its blades were completely still. It stayed suspended in place, unmoving, as traffic waited below. After several seconds, the blades slowly began to turn, not smoothly, but weakly, like they were struggling to start. Even then, the motion didn't match how steadily the aircraft remained in the air. The footage showed a machine hovering before it appeared capable of flying at all. Vanishing car deception. Inside his house, a man noticed something strange through his window. A white car was clearly parked in the driveway. When he walked into the next room and looked out another window facing the same direction, the car was gone. The driveway was empty. Online viewers quickly accused him of lying, pointing out that he had moved into a room on the left. They said if he had panned the camera to the right, the car would have come back into view. But the video showed angles producing two different scenes, and that contradiction is what kept the clip circulating. Moving eyes. One busy afternoon in a cathedral, a local traveler filmed the altar when something unusual happened. While the statue of Jesus stayed mostly still, its stone eyes shifted, scanning the crowd. Even more surprising, the lips moved rhythmically, as if whispering a message. Then, just as quickly, the statue returned to complete stillness. Those who saw the footage were amazed, some interpreting it as a sign of a second coming, while others remained unsure. The moment captured attention because it was subtle, yet impossible to ignore. Purple spiral. During an Arctic expedition, a group of explorers noticed something strange in the ice ahead of them. Carved into the frozen ground was a spiral shape glowing with a deep purple light. It didn't stay steady. The glow flickered, almost like a digital glitch, while everything around it remained completely still. The spiral continued to pulse on its own, standing out sharply against the white ice. In the footage, it looked less like a natural formation and more like something active, as if the ice itself had been altered.
It's not a rock.
Mary opens her eyes. An old video resurfaced showing a quiet prayer service in a small chapel. A visitor was filming when the camera focused on a statue of the Virgin Mary. Everything seemed ordinary at first. Then, slowly, the statue's eyelids moved. They lifted fully, and the eyes appeared to look straight into the camera for a few seconds before gently closing again. For the man recording, it was enough to convince him that something beyond the ordinary was happening. Has something like this ever happened to you? Do comment below. Glitching jersey number. From the stands, everything looked normal as a fan filmed his favorite player celebrating a big win. The player ran across the field, arms raised, fully in the moment. Later, when the video was replayed, something strange stood out. The jersey number was clearly 18 then. Seconds later, it showed 21. The recording never cut. There was no zoom, no glitch, no interruption. The number changed in plain sight during a real celebration. That single detail is what made the clip spread so fast, because it happened when nothing was supposed to change. Glitching fish explained. Okay, for this one, let's try to explain it, and you let me know in the comments by mentioning its timestamp if I made any sense. While cleaning his aquarium, a man noticed something that didn't look right. As he drained the water, the fish didn't sink with it. Instead, it stayed near the top, swimming calmly, turning and moving its fins like the tank was still full. At first glance, it looked normal, but there was barely any water left. The clip confused a lot of viewers. So here's the possible explanation. There are two fish tanks, and you can't notice the separation between the front and the back one because of the lighting and the angle. There is a thin fish tank in the front with a toilet reservoir behind it. So you can see through the fish tank, and it looks as if the fish are in the toilet reservoir. Does this make sense? Let me know in the comments. Earth breaking apart. The fish tank and the back one because of the lighting and the angle. There is a thin fish tank in the front with a toilet reservoir behind it. So you can see through the fish tank, and it looks as if the fish are in the toilet reservoir. Does this make sense? Let me know in the comments. Earth breaking apart.
Hey, what?
A man was driving when he captured this breathtaking moment in the Noto Peninsula in Japan. It looked as if the earth itself was breathing, as the tiles on the pavement and road slightly rose up and then settled down again. Stunned by the sight, he stayed there for a while, watching until the ground returned to normal. Then he quickly shared the video on Instagram, leaving viewers wondering about how a solid road could move up and down on its own.
It looks like it's breathing definitely up.
One day, I'm going to be a soldier or a sailor.
Trampoline horror.
Look, there's somebody in the trampoline, but there's not somebody in the trampoline.
A woman decided to turn her backyard into a fun space for her kids, so she installed a trampoline. But what she captured next was beyond anything she expected. It looked like an invisible entity was jumping on the trampoline because its surface dipped mysteriously, like a ghost was playing on it. This kept on going for more than 3 hours, and the woman was so shaken after seeing this that she decided to return the trampoline.
Watch. Look. Look.
Mysterious crash. Something flew into our orbit, and no one knows what it really was. First, there was only a small white ball of light in the distance, but it seemed to be getting closer to the ground, because its size was getting bigger and brighter. At last, the ball seemed to hit the ground in the distance, and that's when a bright light illuminated the entire sky. After that, there was only darkness, and a lot of confusion about what this thing really was. So do share your thoughts in the comments below. Floating branch.
I'm recording it because I want...
While driving through thick fog during a delivery run, a TikToker noticed something unusual near the roadside. Behind a single tree, a branch appeared to be suspended in midair. It wasn't attached to the tree and wasn't touching the ground. As the vehicle slowed, the branch could be seen rotating slowly on its own. When the driver passed it and looked back, the movement had stopped completely. The video captured an object hanging where it shouldn't be, moving with no visible cause, and then freezing as if nothing had happened. Peculiar illusion. This may look like a man riding a boat on sand dunes, but it's much stranger than that. A tourist captured this incredible moment in Zhejiang, China. The river was running quietly when, all of a sudden, a strange pattern of waves appeared on the water's surface. Curiously, he asked one of the locals, who told him that this was actually the Qiantang River, famous for its fish-scale tides, a rare and breathtaking natural phenomenon in which an incoming tidal bore forms spiraling, overlapping waves that look like shimmering fish scales on the water's surface, creating a shocking optical illusion. Mysterious sky orbs. Scientists have been sending man-made technology outside the orbit, and maybe aliens are doing the same, because last year, the sky over New Jersey lit up in a mysterious way. It was nighttime when a bright blue flashing light filled the sky. But that's not even the strangest thing that happened. Mysterious glowing orbs appeared in the sky, so many that they were hard to count. These could not have been space debris falling from outer space, because the orbs were not moving. They remained hovering in that strange formation. Strange fork.
Oh my god!
This might leave you questioning reality. It all happened when a few siblings were in the kitchen doing their usual cleanup. Everything seemed normal, until a fork got stuck in a bowl in the most impossible way. Only the end of its handle touched the bowl, while the rest of it appeared to float in the air. They quickly recorded the bizarre moment and uploaded it online. However, neither the uploader nor the viewers could decide if this was something paranormal, a glitch in the Matrix, or just physics that no one can understand yet.
What is going on right now?
Car mysteriously levitate. What you're about to see now will shock you. In China, all the cars were driving normally down the intersection. Suddenly, 2 cars got lifted straight into the air. It looked like some invisible force had pulled them up mysteriously. The silver car went up first and was pulled much higher, which made it seem like 2 separate forces were acting on them. Since the video didn't show what happened next, some viewers did call this a glitch in the Matrix. Paused walker. While sitting in his car, a man noticed someone on the street who immediately stood out. The person was frozen mid-step, 1 foot forward, body leaning ahead. His face showed no movement. The bag in his hand didn't sway. Seconds passed, and nothing changed. Cars moved. The street stayed active, but the figure remained locked in place, as if time had stopped only around him. The stillness felt unnatural, creating a moment that looked more like a paused frame than real life. Buildings in the sky? A man filmed the ocean when something impossible came into view. Above the water, structures appeared suspended in the sky, clear outlines of buildings. evenly spaced, floating where clouds should have been. They didn't drift or fade. The camera kept recording, and the longer the shot continued, the more unnatural the scene became. The view looked broken, like reality itself had failed to load correctly, leaving behind an image that felt completely out of place. Vanishing Pelican. A clip filmed in Destin, Florida had people double-taking. At first, it's just a pelican standing near the water. But look closer, and its body doesn't seem right. Parts of the bird appear see-through, almost like its feathers are dissolving into the air. The more you watch, the stranger it feels. No clear answer has ever been given.
Do you have cavities or holes in your teeth? Bad breath or yellow teeth? Don't pull your teeth out. Amylane tooth.
Proof of Jesus. The video quality was low, giving skeptics room to question what they were seeing, but the man filming insisted it was real. At first, he didn't believe it either. Then, as the statue's eyelids slowly lifted, it seemed to look directly at him for a brief moment before returning to stillness. That small, precise movement was enough to convince him something unusual was happening. The footage offered clear, observable proof of an event that had long been debated, showing something subtle yet undeniable, enough to spark belief in those who had previously doubted. Talking Mary. A woman was alone at home in Paraguay when she started hearing soft whispering. She followed the sound and realized it was coming from her family's Virgin Mary altar. When she grabbed her phone to record, she saw the statue's mouth moving, opening as if it were speaking. But the movement stopped the moment she got closer, almost as if the figure was signaling her to stay back. The experience left her unsettled and amazed, capturing a moment that felt impossible, yet completely real. La Pascualita. In Mexico, a famous bridal shop mannequin called La Pascualita has sparked legends for decades. While most see it as a beautiful display, one person filming noticed something strange. The figure's gaze seemed to follow their movements with a lifelike focus. Locals have long claimed the mannequin holds the spirit of the shop owner's daughter, but whether that's true remains unknown. The footage leaves a mysterious, eerie impression, letting viewers decide for themselves what's real. Glowing presence. In a packed movie theater, the audience was focused on the screen when something startling appeared. A bright, glowing figure shone between the seats, so intense it seemed out of place. Some people froze. Others stared in disbelief, unsure if it was real. The strangest part? The recording abruptly stopped right at that moment. What happened next is unknown. Whatever the figure was, it left a lasting impression, an unexplainable presence that haunted everyone who saw it that day. Grim Reaper. A video from the Vatican is circulating for reasons that sent chills through viewers. In an upper balcony, a tall, dark figure stood perfectly still, wrapped in a long, black cloak. The shape looked eerily like the Grim Reaper, silently observing the faithful below. People in the crowd pointed, whispered, and watched, but the figure never moved or disappeared. Some believe it could have been staged. Others are convinced it was something far more sinister. The debate continues, but the footage captures a presence so chilling that viewers can't look away. Dark figure.
¿Quién eres?
After years, a man returned to his old, abandoned building. The moment he stepped inside, he froze. In the corner, a dark figure stood, draped in black robes, silent and completely still. Before he could react, it collapsed to the floor like an empty cloth and vanished without a trace. The room went silent again, leaving him with a chilling realization. The building no longer belonged to him. Something far more sinister had claimed it, a presence that made the walls feel alive with danger. Unsettling paleface.
You see that?
For days, neighbors near an abandoned flat had been disturbed by strange, long sounds behind a locked door. Curious, they went outside to look. Through the dusty window, they didn't see a person. They saw a pale, terrifying face peering out. But when police entered the flat, the rooms were completely empty, with no sign of life. Locals now believe the sounds were the cries of a spirit trapped inside the walls.